I think you all are going to enjoy your evening, the next 30 minutes or so. It'll be like some nice words are sitting on the inside of your ear, like when you're sitting on a bridge and your feet are dangling off, and sometimes the water's down below and sometimes it's not. It's okay. It's going to tickle a little bit, but it won't be that sharp. We're going to get started with one called Outside Amelia's Bones. Whenever I'm visiting a new city, the first thing I do is scoot around town kind of like that. And I check in at all the funeral homes. And by check in, I mean I digitally log the location of my phone at the funeral home. I use Foursquare. It's the world's, quote, most trusted, independent location data and technology platform, dedicated to improving how people move through the real world. Now, this poem has a poem inside it called Panic with the Aztecs. Let's sit around and calculate the height of buildings. Trial and error would be my preferred method. Hey, you know me. So a funeral home is most certainly a part of the world until you're not. No, that's not a new fence. It's been there all along. So remember, I check in at all the funeral homes in any place I've recently arrived in, regardless of how well I know the town. So that if I'm lucky enough to be one of the people that gets to die while on vacation, my digital self will already be at home. BYOB or serpent to be. They're always getting mixed up. Outside Amelia's bones. So good job for surviving the first poem. Byron, did that work for you?
Yeah, boy.
I think the lasers are working. Now this one's a little shorter. It's called Pantomime Shortage. I'm sure you've all heard about it. Sweet potato. Meet bitter melon. Maybe together you'll have a blood orange.
Woo!
You'll see there's more papers here than you think.
All right.
Okay, this is a new one, and this one's a song. It's going out to Willis, who set up these lights. He's a man who's been in many bands around, inside, and I really wanted him to think about some words that are probably looking for a little musical accompaniment. It's called On a California Walnut Farm. My lack of interest in Robert Lowell escalated to boiled chattel. It was made for your mouth, but I'm using my hands, resolving the pain of a grim prospect. It was made for your mouth, but I'm using my hands, resolving the pain of a grim prospect. In a tavern, enamored with painted bananas, how will I find my one true love? It was made for your mouth, but I'm using my hands. More lambics of poem, less continental divide. Resolving the pain of a grim prospect. More lambics of poem, less continental divide. Patrick, my asthma. Patrick, my asthma. Climb up the Carly Simon to shout about the route. Up with names, without a doubt, a scout. Patrick, my asthma. Patrick, my asthma. Climb up the Carly Simon, bring clouds of sauerkraut. Go salamandering with what this is all about.
Yes.
Sorry, less aerosol. Right. This is a sober one for Sarge. It's called Ask a Friend. Ask a friend what you're holding in your hand. Really try to find out what's in your hand. You can feel it. What is that thing in your hand? Ask a friend. You know, if sometimes you don't want to clap because it feels uncomfortable, or you think it might make me uncomfortable, one thing you can do is this thing, which is what deaf people do. A friend of mine is deaf, and I went to her wedding recently, and a lot of people actually learned ESL just to give speeches at her wedding. And I'll tell you, it's a really great feeling to do this sometimes. It feels better than clapping. Speaking of that, this next... it gives me little tingles. This one's called Boat versus Motorcycle. Boat versus motorcycle. That would be the final first fight. But helicopter versus house? That's a match. Let's check in. Oh, the house. Poor thing. It just keeps trying to close the garage door on the copter. Meanwhile, the copter's just tearing the roof into shreds. There goes the linen and all the soap. And when I say all the soap, I mean all the kids. They're in 8 pieces at least. The house keeps turning on the garbage disposal, hoping to catch a blade. But, oh no, the curtain is caught in the garbage disposal. The house is pulling itself in through the garbage disposal. It's a vortex of slimy spinach, dusty curtains, and dead children. Wow, the helicopter really won that fight. Oh, actually, that's great. You're here. This is the one for you. This is the one for Classic Steve. It's called Arm in Arm on Leg in Ditch. I enjoy an availability of hats. I enjoy an availability of hats. I enjoy an availability of hats. I enjoin an availability of hats. I am enjoying an availability of hats. I am enjoying an availability of an hanatsen. That's for you. Have you guys tried the rosé? There's a couple other ones on this poem, on this page. This one's going out to this table. You guys are students. This one is called Watch a Video of Job Growth, and it's a lot about employment. Extra special play date, fit inside a milk crate. I'm 4 years old, and I know how to be quiet when I'm hiding. Yeah. This one's for you, Tim. And this one's called You There, Recompensed in Shadow. White lipstick, black eyes. Jessica born, but Marcia finished. It's a short one. Alright, we're going to get into some of the more complicated ones that are handwritten on this page, which is going to test me a little bit. Okay. This is called the Zac Efron of Lalo Schifrin's. See, those are guys that know who Lalo Schifrin is. He's the man in The Man on the Moon. The payday loan for the charter school startup chap. Doesn't like geometry or anything with more than 4 sides. Looks like a bad prayer. A prayer gone wrong. Way wrong. You can tell by the tremolos of the vibraphone and the sound effects he gurgles out when attempting to demonstrate karate. He's the Zac Efron of Lalo Schifrin's. That's kind of a diptych with this other one, which is the Roman alphabet is a failure because it doesn't include curly fries as a letter. This is not a Kip. This is not a judgment on Granby for not having curly fries.
Sorry about the fries.
No. It's not a judgment. Is mom short for chamomile? Do you want to see my air raid shelter? Do you know what a tremblouse is? It's an elaborate cup and saucer combination designed to allow people suffering from excessive trembles to drink hot beverages safely. And you do want to go into my shelter. Is the tradition of throwing rice towards just married couples so that they can absorb love like rice does liquid? No. But it could be. Chamomile. Drink. Have fun in Greater Orangeburg. But experience Jenkinsville. If you bring tongs onto the dance floor, which is a move I enjoy myself, the kind of tongs you would usually have near a grill, please do not pinch them towards anyone. The whole point is tongs on the dance floor and abstract pincing. Abstract pincing on the dance floor. Now, I gotta warn you, because this next one's kind of sad, and so I don't want you to get too upset. It's called Footlong Insecurity Sub. We've all had one. It's like a sandwich, except you don't want it. You can get it to go, but it prefers to fester at home, all in one place. You can also get a half size, but that's not a very good deal. Especially not where the locusts of misapprehension are considered. That actually sounds like a real poet would write that. Once you've had the full version of the Footlong Insecurity Sub, additional diced morsels are free to infest anything you want to sprinkle them on. Long afoot in secular society. 6 foot long in insecular society. Byron, I didn't ask you about the sound. Am I doing this right? Okay. That looked really bad. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of things that look bad, I have 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ! I have 5 books out there that are on that table, and I have 2, maybe 3 stickers left and T-shirts. If you don't know why there's T-shirts, let's not get into that. If anybody buys 2 pieces of merchandise, you get this free videotape. And now, I'm going to show you one thing about this videotape. First of all, it's unlabeled, so anything could be on this videotape, and at this point, I'm not going to say what else it could be, but it's labeled as Val Kilmer, The Doors Rehearsal. And the description on the package says, this is a VHS of a very rare rehearsal in 1989 for the role of Jim Morrison for Oliver Stone's movie The Doors. It also features the beautiful Heather Graham auditioning for the role of Pamela Morrison, which she lost to Meg Ryan. So, if you ever feel bad about anything, Heather Graham is on this video working really hard to get a job and failing. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. It also has Val Kilmer interacting with Heather Graham, saying their lines, quote, over and over again. You might enjoy it. Val also sings the song 5 to 1 several times, which is, that and Peace Frog are really my favorite two Doors songs. Does it have a Kentucky seed?
The turkey seed.
Well, then the rest, a lot of the video is also trying on clothes on and off. Full audio video. There's further descriptions. I just want to make sure that you know that this is available as a bonus merchandise product, and we also cannot guarantee what's really on that VHS, because I did just pull it out of a special area. Oh my God, Willis, I kicked it.
That's okay.
Is that right?
It's perfect.
Did I do it right? Okay. All right. Okay, the rosé's over here. Why is the rosé so far from the text? All right, there's one piece. This one will make me feel comfortable now that I'm back in the reading zone. There's one piece that was at a different angle than the other ones because it's a little easier for me to read. And it's a story that I think might be appropriate. This one's a proper story. It's called Now I Anoint My Socks with Light by stretching them to let it in while my foot enters. Do you know any stripper mystics? A little bit hippie, a little bit dominatrix, a little bit master's degree. Somebody that loves wearing confrontational lingerie in public. The kind of lingerie that would make a surfer nervous. I met a gal like that. She led a meditation I was unwittingly present for. I live in Los Angeles, so. Then directly after she finished the meditation, she walked off to the side and pounded a 20-ounce kombucha. Full bottle bottom to the sky. I mean, she finished this thing, went over to her bag, and just went. Then she high-fived a fan about a recent chimpanzee event. Then she pulled her hair back into a long ponytail, pulled a machete out of her long yoga bag, and slashed that ponytail off. Then she took the bundle of hair and ran around the room, hair splashing the exposed feet of everyone wearing sandals or flip-flops. All the while, the carbonated fizz of the kombucha was chortling out of the corners of her mouth, dragging a wave of saliva that pendulum swung in contrary rhythm to the ferocious lashings of her just-cut hair. I should have never talked back to that parade. I should have never talked back to that parade. She quietly moved towards me and mumbled about the generosity of water, oblivious of Alaska, of Iraq, of every actual situation not circumscribed by Western industrial prana. I tried to escape before she could get to me, but she sensed my misapprehension, rushed over, and showered me with her split-end exorcism. All the while, with her mouth stretched open, hissing like a cursed possum. I got up, walked toward the exit, and saw that in her humongously oversized, flaky, faux leather purse, there was a pink bunny floating pleasurably in a pool of unpasteurized milk. It looked up at me, shook its head back and forth in psychedelic satisfaction, and made a point of slowly closing both of its blue-circled eyes, as if it was trying to say, "Yum," to what it was seeing. No animals suffered in the making of this poem, but, oh, so many people did. Oh, that's great. Thank you. I like seeing it and hearing it. All right, this is another one that's going to be tricky. Okay. If you're not looking for anything, how can you be lost? It actually goes, I haven't read this one yet, but it goes well with the previous one. And I'm not trying to diss on, you'll see. You're a pretty woman, DJing in a flattering dress. And your boyfriend is a marketing director with talents utilized mostly by cannabis collectives. Your love is so contemporary, your kids will be dandelions. Well, here comes the Tropic of Libra, pasture raising her tapestry grotesqueries, outhouse outbreaks, necromancy acrimonies, thankless panoramas, obtuse angled shelves. Oh, acute limestone portals again, doubled by fire to ease the perversity? You're right, the pond is a good nickname for my legs. I'm the guy who invented the phrase, results may vary, just to make sure that the biggest vista from which to see life shows one long zucchini buffet. One long zucchini buffet of functionality.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. We've all eaten at that. All right, this one. Oh, this is from a series where I'm giving you the title of something, and then I'm just giving you a description of it, because I'm kind of too lazy to write the whole thing. I got too many other things to write. So, it's called Specious Fish. And I've got a description about Specious Fish. Specious Fish is a book about dissembling fish and the lies they tell. It also contains a sequence of numbers, then the phrase, dark fish. Another sequence of numbers, and a flyer detailing the sad auspices of what it takes to have a Jack Kerouac December, a long formula, and then the phrase, light fish. A catalog of frequent fibs relayed between fish. Everything you've always wanted to know about Piscine deception, but didn't want to get wet about. This other book is called, actually, you know, this is a play. And this is a representative bit of dialogue from the play. And the play is called Very Little of the Spanish Master's Assurance. Hi, I'm Meat Hook, great artist in not great world. Come, sit in chair, look at visual. It's called Civilization Go Bye-Bye, Peekaboo, Bye-Bye Again. That's the nature of peekaboo. You sit, look at visual, you get better. Maybe not great world becomes little great. Me, Meat Hook, feel my strength in not great world. It's a play. Steve likes this one.
I love it.
Okay. This one, it's called Hell with No Crescendo. And it's a novella about a mostly girl named Mancipate. No, excuse me, Mencipate. It's handwritten, it's hard to read. So she grows up in an event, this novella, remember, so about 90 pages. She grows up in an evangelical community in Evansville, Indiana, and most of the important episodes of her life occur on the second floors of buildings. Some of them are homes. When she turns 16, she announces, instead of hand sanitizer, I'm going to bring a donkey with me everywhere I go. And that one was actually written pre-global devastation. So the thing is, I was thinking about hand sanitizer and how I would rather bring a donkey with me before most people were bringing hand sanitizer with them.
How would that work?
Oh, well, so it would be similar to, instead of like having a purse, you would just have a bucket of water. And everything that you wanted to keep would just be thrown in the bucket of water, because nobody's going to steal a bucket of water and run off with it. Things would just splash and fall out. It's much heavier, much more cumbersome. So, maybe if the novella is successful, then we'll have a sequel where she brings a bucket of water with her instead of a purse, like the donkey instead of the hand sanitizer. So, this is from this series. So this next one is called Bullfight Music. It's probably related to the Spanish Master. This one is a tough as nails, dirt in your mouth story where bones break, women bend at the knee, and the sting of alcohol is released. The dialogue is all exclamations and interjections. The animals involved in the composition of the bullfight music sequences demonstrate internal lives that put chancellors to shame. So much happens with such little consequence for the protagonists that if a candle were lit for every mention of a pool carpeting job gone wrong, the triangle of flames would honor the lesser half of a local religion based on sextuplism. Quote, 2 times the Holy Trinity equals sex to infinity. Tupling. That's the motivating gateway slogan. Representative quotes from the story include, "Hey, damn it!" Okay. Arugally Yours. Arugally Yours is a short story, primarily in haiku, about a person whose body is 80% arugula, not water. The individual possesses cul-de-sac appendages with no teeth, appendages whose extremities resemble the distinctly purring waves of the arugula leaf itself. Have you ever felt an arugula leaf not purring? Half of the haiku are tirades against the protagonist and the anomalies. The other half are odes to the advantages of curvilinear edges when it comes to nestling comfortable against another person or plant, not to mention sleeping adjacently with scalloped and truffled tickling frills, especially at the moment right before bedtime. Representative quotes include, "I don't see your color. All I see is one long wave." And, "Are you always so casual when it comes to falling off of your body and taking a quick dip in concrete to be remembered by? Plus, I'm not that kind of wave. I'll never break." Keep It Tricky is another novella. This time about a group of nuns that go undercover in casually atheistic and agnostic households and corner the children exclusively using the lyrics of Run DMC's It's Tricky to make them aware of the significance of moral quandaries. That was a moral quandary for sure. To make them aware, okay, the nuns are going undercover. I just want to keep you abreast of the situation. The nuns are going undercover. in casually atheistic and agnostic households to corner children and exclusively use the lyrics of Run DMC's It's Tricky to make these children aware of the significance of moral quandaries at key and not so key decisionizing moments of their paper-toweled lives. Representative quotes include, "Yeah, Mona, but if a couple is a conspiracy in search of a crime, a family is a scapegoat in search of unsanctimonization. The ritual, you know, quote, they even bother my poor father." It's a heavy one. Okay. I might have to take a break from these. These are tough.
Take a break.
I'm going to take a break from... Should I just take a break in general? Okay, I'll carry on. Okay, here's a short one. It's called Show Them Looming Brick Towers. Plastic bags under the sink. Gills under the microscope. Glass in the garbage disposal. I didn't say, looming brick towers usually don't denote great things, so it's appropriate. Oh, I mentioned this one earlier. All right, I got to go back to this one because it's the last one. This one it's called Some Melissa Cordial. It's a short story set in a 1980s living room on floral patterned couches amid confused familial relations. Aunts that never said a kind word, and nieces that always tried to make the best of everything no matter what. A piano for impromptu, inappropriate rejoinders. Typical sentence. You know, Sophia, national fears are for lovers. Who's Sophia? Oh my God, it's Sophia! Fantastic! Wow. All right. Progressive piranhas. The pit began filling up with acidic water. The motorcycle of what I recently discovered. The zeitgeist is a sneeze that sends me in the other direction. Gesundheit, Schadenfreude, cognate Groucho. The all-terrain vehicle of what I frequently disavow. The warm influence of constant regular disavowal based on innate apprehension of readily available options. The boogie board of how I acted at the barbecue. The ghost of the jeweler's milk. Progressive piranhas. Now, speaking of cognates, this one is called Achtung Panties. If they're on when she gets in bed, oh no, you need to watch out. Did you do something? Did you say something? Is she just being careful? Achtung Panties. Perhaps it's a test. Achtung Panties. Aptitude depressed. He's read some. He's seen those Achtung Panties. We're back to this other. Congratulations, you're a dog. You panty clapping dog. In this snippet, you are awarded with a lifetime requirement award of being caninerous. It's kind of a joy to discover, finally. You yip and shriek a little bit, mostly when your tail gets stepped on. The plaque representing the fact that you're a dog doesn't mean much to you, but the thing around your neck surely does. John's got wood. Firewood for sale. That's all.
I like that one.
He likes that one. You'll probably like this one. Came late this year. The hump puts the came in camel. Possessed by Bigfoot, stuffed animals, close friends, and Patupaiarehi. Now, Patupaiarehi are these fairy tale creatures that live in the woods and help people negotiate the in-between between fables of what's in your mind and what's in reality. They're a Maori creature in New Zealand. I'm possessed by him. Well, this poem is possessed by him. I smoke 2 cigarettes a day. I do it for Beyonce. I just want her to look even more judgmentally beautiful next to me.
Woo! Yeah!
Now, a lot of times I'm doing performances in places where people don't know English, and I'm trying to learn other languages, and I'm really bad at saying other languages, even if I know all the letters and all the words, and I'm saying like the correct sequence of vowels and consonants. People still can't understand me because of my accent or whatever. So I decided to write a thing about that. It was originally called Now It Smells Like a Virus Party, but that seems really inappropriate now. So it's called The Surgeon's Response. So all I'm doing is changing the vowel sounds of some sentences. Slep diago nalai akros yo latvier to maki vas ape tis ein ge de aim und gry el meerks. Sleep diagonally across your lover to make those appetizing diamond grill marks. Mifavo Raiti Fa Aad Eyes Play Seba Eight Lias They't Wait The Yai Teal Me Eyes. My favorite food is placebo. At least that's what they tell me it is. Lead evir ithang kami fault sirely. Playai adia bodai on tebe. Ya ur vi ewang haybites ari kylier. Let everything come full circle. Play a dead body on TV. Your viewing habits are killer. Let everything come full circle. Lead evir ithang kami full sirely. Brained knee white tubby of toth pasti. 8th tier weight it died to the laced oni. A brand new tube of toothpaste? After what I did to the last one? That's for Conrad there. This guy drove down from Hendersonville for this.
Yeah! Conrad! That's a lot.
All right, we're gonna near the end because people are having moral quandaries out there. Oh my goodness. I mean, there could be more later, but Jesus. Let's just do this one real quick. It's called I'm a Nature Lover. Eat an apple out of your hand. Now eat another one out of your other hand. Okay, now touch me with those apple-dripping hands. I told you I was a nature lover. I want to be touched by nature. Oh, I see. I redid this one. I should also mention any proceeds for these books really go to Black Lives Matter, because for real, it's about that time. This one is called Make Whiteness Ripen. I've got an idea. Instead of encouraging tattoos, let's convince all the rich people that the highest class fashion trend is gluing things to their butts. And then to glue or stitch things to those things, and so on, and trail all those things behind them like a long line of all the important things that they own. What wigs and powdery makeup were to the courtiers and aristocrats of the 1700s, these meters and meters long trains of glued and stitched and screwed and bolted and snapped objects, all attached to each other, can be to the 21st century kings and queens and in-betweens. It would be so fucking convenient if the 1% could just stand out a little better. They could sashay through the streets with a long train of all their precious objects attached to their asses, just rolling and kerplunking behind them. Hey, go stick it on your ass will become the ultimate compliment. Let's make this nightmare sound like a dream.
Yeah! Stick it on your ass.
Exactly, go stick it on your ass. Well, it's feeling it. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? It's a lot to take in, to concentrate, to be able to hear these words, and sometimes I don't read slow enough, and I'm aware that that makes things more difficult sometimes. At least you have something to chew on. The glucose is actually going to help you understand a little better. It'll make the concentration easier, for real. I've been reading this book about it. It's called I Love the R in Wiggle and Always Rill. The old walkless cat is coming towards you. Do you have your cherries? I love the R in Wriggle and Always Rill. That au pair owes me an email. Actually, this is appropriate considering what we're going on. Sweet and sour chicken, Margaret Thatcher urinates. It's not arachnophobia if you're a dentist. It's not vertigo if she likes it. It's not suspicious if you're encouraging. It's not apologetic if he wants it. It's not projected if I am actually a single Pilates. No more plural Pilates. I want to be a single Pilates. Sweet and sour chicken, Margaret Thatcher urinates. Actually, it's good that we got here, because I would feel remiss if I didn't say this. And actually, this reminds me, that painting of the United States in the bathroom reminded me of, there's a, what is that? There's a car wash on, it's Gervais that goes right by the State House. So there's a, and it's Hardin right there. Okay, so, when I was a kid growing up in Columbia, there was a car wash. You would be going down Hardin away from 5 Points, and you turn left on Gervais, and there's a car wash over there down in that ditch. And I went with one of my neighbors, and this kid and his dad, and we got something out of the vending machine, and this guy got like a little sticker of the United States. But I was, I don't know how old I was. I was young enough to not recognize what the United States looked like, and I was like, ooh, that's a cool owl. because I thought that like Florida and the United States, it looked like an owl on a branch or something. And this kid, he was my same age, but he was going to private school, I was going to public school, so maybe there was a difference there. But he was like, "Are you a fucking idiot?" He's like, "That's the United States." And I was like, I don't know. I was like, "It looks like an owl to me. You're holding it like this." Jesus fucking Christ. So, I remembered that when I was looking at this painting of the United States. Oh, ladies, you might as well go look at it. Sorry, it's not a universal. Ladies, thems, everybody. Maybe you have the United States in there, or maybe you only have Puerto Rico. I'm not sure. But this one, it's going to be my last one. We'll all take a break from all this. It's called "You're About to Find Out What Makes Owls Special." White because, red therefore, yellow thus, blue with green and black, however purple, instead orange. I know it's like it's somber kind of. I said it was my last one. I meant it mostly. What did I put aside? Oh yeah, I can't get over there. It's your choice if you want to finish on something less somber. I mean, I don't want to be a downer on your night or anything.
It's up to you.
I gotta finish up? What'd you say? Meat hook?
Yeah.
I'll do a meat hook?
Yeah.
Gosh, there's some.
Damn, I love it.
Does it look good? Okay. Constant car wash, exactly. That was what it was. This is one, okay. I'm going to do this last one. It's a bit of a story. And I was nervous about doing it because I didn't want to do things about shit at a restaurant. It's called Kunstproblem, as in, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Kunstproblem. It's another one of those cognates. So I'm building a special branding tool for stamping insignias and shit. Dog, human, horse, frog, rabbit, skunk, spider, bear, lizard. Whatever the shit, I can stamp it. Any shit that can be found on city streets, country roads, or superficially off-grid tenement acreage can all be insignia stamped. I'll stamp your insignia in shit. Let's say a new local bagel place is trying to get some traction in the area. I'll design their insignia and stamp it into nearby shit. I wrote this for a reading in San Francisco. It's probably obvious. Better yet, maybe you have a wildly international, coal-free sailing vessel, and you're looking to appeal to those eco-conscious travelers who just have to get from one continent to another, and on a deadline. Here's what I can do. I can collect bunches and bunches and funches and funches of sea otter crap and mash it into a shape that the skillful and soulful graphic designer of your choice has pre-approved, and then stamp your insignia in it. I'll plop the masses of insignia emblazoned as sea otter dung drops from one side of the ocean to be traversed by your customers to the other. And please, let me assuage any worry you may have about the buoyancy of sea otter turds. Due to their rapid digestion, 12 times faster than the human rate, undigested shells and air get caught in their crap, so much that it floats. Floating feculence is perfect for your business. And that's why I'm here. I want to promote eco-conscious, digestion-friendly businesses. And what better way than to stamp, admittedly very delicately and at a slightly upright angle, taking care not to push too hard and smush the pile of shit. What better way to promote local, relevant, preferably green and pink washed businesses than to stamp their insignias in nearby shit? That feels like a better appropriate end. thank you guys for enjoying yourself.
That was just set one, right?
That was just set one.
That's set one.
Set one, Willis. Might be the full set. We'll find out.